Sometimes, an artist's imagination reaches out to the darkest places in the human soul. Disturbing and terrifying images come out on the canvas, and we get thrilled by the eeriness. We've made a list of 12 of the most terrifying art pieces in Western art, which will strike you with admiration and disturb you both with their background stories and their atmospheres at the same time. Welcome back, geeks. And if you're a new geek in here, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Number 1. Saturn Devouring His Son, by Francisco Goya. According to the traditional interpretation, it depicts the Greek myth of the Titan Cronus, who fears that he would be overthrown by one of his children, and ate each one upon their birth. The work is one of the 14 black paintings that Goya painted directly onto the walls of his house between 1819 and 1823. Number 2. The Face of War, by Salvador Dali. This work was painted between the end of the Spanish Civil War and beginning of the Second World War, and it depicts the horrors of such a violent era in history. Number 3. Anatomical Pieces, by Théodore Géricault. French painter Théodore Géricault used human remains from the morgue as subjects for this work. His studies capture the pessimism and desolation of life in post-revolution Paris. Number 4. A Puppet for the Niece, by Santiago Caruso. Born in Argentina in 1982, Santiago Caruso is known for his black and white symbolic art pieces. His limited color scheme and use of light creates a dark atmosphere in his works. Number 5. Dante and Virgil in Hell, by W. A. Bouguereau. Another work inspired by Dante's Inferno. In this scenery of violence, two damned souls fighting each other are depicted with Dante and Virgil watching them. Number 6. The Flaying of the Corrupt Judge Sisams, by Gerard David. David's painting depicts the arrest and flaying of the corrupt Persian judge Sisams on the order of Cambyses, based on Herodotus's histories. Number 7. Saturn Devouring His Son, by Peter Paul Rubens. The same theme was used by Goya, as you see in the first painting in this list. This time it's even more unsettling, isn't it? Number 8. Study of the Heads of Torture Victims, by Théodore Géricault. Géricault, one of the pioneers of the Romantic movement, is known for his works concerning the desperation of the post-revolution era. He uses real body parts as models. Number 9. The Great Body, by Fabio Magalhães. This gruesome, hyper-realist oil painting depicts a dead body wrapped in plastic. Number 10. Judith Beheading Holofernes, by Caravaggio. The story of Judith inspired many other great painters, including Artemisia Gentileschi, and is one of the most important female painters in art history, but probably the most famous version of the story is that of Caravaggio's. The deuterocanonical book of Judith tells how Judith served her people by seducing and pleasuring Holofernes, the Assyrian general. Judith gets him drunk, then seizes his sword and slays him. Approaching to his bed, she took hold of the hair of his head. Number 11. Degas is Aged, by Valerio Caruba. Almost 100 years ago, Caruba produced hyper-realist art pieces that challenge the usual depictions of human anatomy. Number 12. Night Creeper, by Zdzisław Beksinski. The Polish painter, photographer, and sculptor produced in the field of dystopian surrealism. He was very successful at creating dark, creepy atmospheres in his work. Thank you for watching. Please tell us in the comments what subject you need us to bring up next. Don't forget to subscribe.